it would remain consistent with that theme and go right to the important part of the story, and that is the rainbow. We'll have all the fun up here in church while the kids are working hard downstairs. Now, when you think of the flood story, you have to struggle along with its meaning and its origin to figure out what it means for people in the year 2008, and that's a little bit of a challenge. Some of you might know that there is another flood story apart from the Noah story, and that's in the Babylonian epic of Gilgamesh, an almost identical account of a massive flood that wipes out nearly everyone on the earth. But in researching for this sermon, I found out that there are not just 2 flood stories, there are at least 263 different flood stories that come from all around the whole world. In fact, it seems that every culture, every tribe, every group, every nationality in the whole world has a flood story. Some of them have little differences from the flood story we know about with Noah. For example, on the farthest south tip of South America, Tierra del Fuego, there is a flood story that says that it snowed and snowed for 40 days until the snow piled up and turned to ice, and then when the summertime came, all the ice melted, and that's what caused the flood that wiped out humanity. If you look at some of the stories from North American native people, the flood story is there as well, although instead of having a giant ark to save the animals, it was the world's biggest canoe. In one of the stories from the Far East, there was a very similar flood, but instead of an ark, the people who were saved carved out a giant gourd and hid themselves in it until the flood waters had gone away. Incredible! And I'm sure that if you were to research further, you would find more than 263 stories. In the mentality of all primitive people, there is a great flood that wiped everyone out. Now, from region to region and culture to culture, the stories differ, but certain elements of the story are always the same. Number one, you have a God who is angry. You have a people who are sinful. And the God wants to wipe out all of those people by his wrath. You also have to have one man or one family of people who are righteous that God is going to save. You need to have a giant boat, and all the stories have a giant boat. And then you need to have that event where the flood comes, the flood goes away, and the one righteous man becomes the father or the ancestor of all the people on earth. Really an interesting story and a powerful one, but when you say, what does it mean? Its meaning is tough. In the ancient cultic and superstitious stories, the meaning of the flood is always the same thing. Number one, God punishes humanity by sending great floods to wipe them out. Now, I hope that that's a slightly difficult message for you, and we'll try and make sense of that in a minute. The other part of the story that we struggle with is this. Everybody else got wiped out because they were sinful. We who survived because we are descended from the one righteous man. And when you start thinking about that, you realize the extent to which this is a superstitious, primitive, cultic story. And you begin to understand why the story exists all the way around the world. It wasn't, in fact, because there was a flood that went all around the world. There There is no archaeological evidence for such a thing, and God does not call us to believe anything